Upon logging in, the first screen that you'll see is the Message Blast screen. This is where we perform the majority of our actions here. This is where we actually generate a blast to send and pick who we want to send it to and actually go ahead and send that out from this screen here. However, we're not going to start at this screen. We're going to actually start over at the contacts page. A few ways we can add contacts here. We can do it manually. So if you hit add contact there, go to manual, you'll be able to fill out the information for the contact here. So first name, last name, mobile number, alternate number, email address, description, and a language. And just hit add. Or if you have your contacts already laid out in a spreadsheet, you can go ahead and export that spreadsheet as a CSV, and we can upload that straight into here. So we can also choose which contact group to add that list of contacts to. This option here to purge selected groups on import. It's useful if you have contacts that may create a duplicate when you upload them via the CSV file. This will actually purge that group before going ahead and uploading that new contact list to it. Once you've uploaded your CSV file here, just go ahead and click submit. That will go ahead and import any of those contacts there into the selected contact groups. If you don't select the contact group, it will not add those contacts to a group, but will still upload them into your contacts list. Another item on the contacts page here is the batch edit contacts. This will allow you to select any number of contacts here using the checkboxes. And if you hit batch edit, as you can see here, we can edit multiple contacts at one time. So I can change any names, numbers, emails, so on and so forth. The DNC or do not contact button shows a list of contacts who have unsubscribed from receiving your alerts or text messages. On the groups page, this is where we can create contact groups and add contacts into those groups. Ultimately, the contact groups are what will be used to send out the AlertBlast messages. To create a new contact group, hit the Add Contact Group button. It will ask you for a group name, a description, and a group type. So for the group types, we have standard, page, and device. Standard group is going to be just a collection of contacts with either a phone number or an email. Page is going to be a collection of devices that will be used for overhead paging. And device is referring to any devices we have that will be used for a visual aid, such as any wallboard screens or any physical desk phones we have that we want to include in that AlertBlast. Once you select your group type, go ahead and hit submit. That'll create your contact group. Now that you've added a contact group, we need to add users into that contact group. Under the members column, click on the 0. And from here, we can add a contact to this group by clicking the plus sign on the right side. After you have your contact group, we can actually create a contact group invite. What this will do is generate a URL or a QR code that we can distribute out to people, and whenever they register with that URL or QR code, they will automatically be added into this contact group. Now that we've added a contact group, we can head over to the Message Blast page. First, we have to create our message, give it a title, description, and choose where we want to send it. In the message field, we can use what are called tokens. We can use these tokens to personalize the message. So we can use them as placeholder values for first name, last name. We can even do short pause, a tone for overhead paging. We can repeat the message, and we also have custom 1 and custom 2. Custom 1 and custom 2 are used for the alert dashboards. You can actually change those values on the fly just before you run your alert via the alert dashboard. If we're going to be sending this blast out over any speakers, we will have to choose text-to-speech, or we can upload an existing audio file. Next up, we have to choose our delivery methods. By default, we have a text alert. We can add other message types by clicking the Add Message Type button here. So I'll add an email group. And next, we choose who we want to send this out to. So I'll pick my test group for the SMS alert and my test group for the emails as well. Now we can choose to go ahead and send this message out now, or we can schedule it at a later date or save it for another time. Now on the devices screen, you will see a list of devices that have been configured to be used with your AlertBlast account. Devices with AlertBlast can be used to relay any overhead paging messages that you might want to send out. We can also use devices with AlertBlast to display a visual message on a screen that you might have mounted in a call center or in a warehouse environment. Here under the jobs page, we have a list of jobs that we have previously ran, jobs we have saved for later, or jobs that we have scheduled to run at a later date. Now, a job is just an alert or a message blast that we would set up under the message blast page. Here under keyword triggers, we have any pre-configured response messages that we can use to run an action upon receive. So say we send out a message to a customer, we can have them reply with, for instance, hashtag call me back. What this will do is actually generate a call in a OneCloud call queue and put that caller's or contact's information in the call queue. So whenever we have an agent that's available, we can go ahead and shoot a call right back to that person. To add a new keyword, you're going to hit add keyword here on the top left and select the phone number that you want to use for this keyword response. Action type, there are a couple of options here. We can do a text response. And what a text response is, basically just an automatic reply to the customer whenever they respond to our message blast with the keyword. So here I have the keyword test. If I were to send out a message blast and a customer were to respond to that message blast with the keyword test, I would go ahead and do an automatic response to them, test received. Another type of action type we have here is webhook. Now, webhooks can be used to run an API call whenever we receive the response back from the client with that keyword. It'll actually go ahead and run an automatic API call to whatever URL we stick in here. Here we're allowed to use tokens, so we can take the information from that response or from that contact and append that into our API call. So say, for example, if I'm running a website that is keeping a running list of all of my contacts, I can go ahead and do an API call out to my website and populate the contact information as well as the message that they responded with using the message token. The subscribe action type will be used to automatically add a customer to a particular contact group whenever they respond with the keyword. For the email action type, whenever somebody responds with the keyword, we will go ahead and generate an email to up to 5 separate email addresses containing that customer's response. With the callback action type, whenever the customer or the contact responds with the keyword, it will actually take their information and drop it into a OneCloud call queue. Whenever the agent becomes available, it will go ahead and send a call out to that agent and connect them with the contact here. You have a couple of options here, so you'll select your desired call queue. You can also generate an auto response whenever the caller is placed into the call queue. So you can tell them which queue position they are in by using the position token. If there are no agents available, we can opt in to respond to the client with a desired message. Email if unavailable. This will notify the provided emails that somebody tried to request a queue callback and there are no agents available. For the Microsoft Teams action type, we can post the customer's response into a Teams group of our choice. Just grab your Teams webhook URL and paste that in here. Here on the conversations page, we can actually use this to interact with the customers who have responded to any of our message blasts. Now, we can't use this to generate any new conversations. We can only use it to reply to any existing responses to the messages that we sent out previously. So you can see this is a live view here. Any messages we send are real time. Any messages we receive will be updated in this menu as well. You may use the select a number drop down to filter by conversations for a particular phone number. Here under the integrations page, this is where we can configure our Salesforce integration. At this time, AlertBlast only supports integration with Salesforce, but if the need arises, we can certainly include any other CRMs as necessary. And the integration piece you get from the Salesforce integration will be context import directly from your Salesforce environment into your AlertBlast instance. Here on the alert dashboard page, we have a list of all of our configured alert dashboards. What an alert dashboard is it is a small web application that you can distribute out to any of your employees. This will give them the ability to trigger any configured alert or message blasts. So the use case here would be, for example, a front desk security guard will have the small web app running on his computer. In the event of an emergency, he can go ahead and trigger an emergency message blast straight from his computer and signal everybody to evacuate the building. And to prevent unwanted access to the alert dashboard, we've included the ability to add a PIN. This way, anybody who's using the alert dashboard will be required to enter in that PIN number before they're able to actually go ahead and send any messages out. So to create a new alert dashboard, go ahead and click the Add Alert button at the top left. Give it a name, a description, and an optional PIN number to access. Then we can select which jobs we want to be able to run from this alert dashboard. Just click and highlight them. Once you've created your alert dashboard, you'll see the URL generated by AlertBlast. This is a URL that you can distribute to your employees or whoever you want to be able to use this dashboard. Now, if you added a PIN on it, it'll ask you for the PIN number. Just enter in your PIN and hit submit. Now that we've logged into this particular dashboard, you should see these modules here. These are your actual jobs that you've given to this alert dashboard. There are some customizable features here, so if you click the edit button near the top right, you may go to any particular module, change its title and its background and border color if you desire. For the reminders section, this feature is mainly geared towards medical offices or any place that does lots of visitations or appointments with their clients. So what you can do here is actually generate a new appointment reminder. What this will do is send out a reminder to a provided list of contacts and remind them of a particular meeting appointment. To create a new reminder, just click the Add Reminder button at the top left. We're going to give this reminder a name. Select a number to send this reminder out from. We can activate or deactivate the reminder. Now here's where we set our reminder time. Now the time is how soon prior to the appointment do we send these reminders out. So for example, we can remind them 1 day and 1 hour before the appointment. Now the list of contacts should be in CSV format and contain the first name, last name, appointment description, as well as appointment time and date. A template for this CSV file can be found at the bottom where it says example CSV. And we can choose to personalize this reminder message. We can use tokens, so we have first name, last name, description, and the appointment being time and date of the appointment. These values are pulled from the CSV file that you will create and upload. So the auto dialer feature within AlertBlast is useful for exactly what it sounds like, auto dialing. So what we'll do is we will take a list of phone numbers, we will drop them into the campaign, and we will give the campaign a call queue to connect with. What this is going to do is take that list of phone numbers that we provide, and it's going to start queuing them up for a callback in our OneCloud call queue. Whenever an agent in the call queue becomes available, AlertBlast will ring that agent. When the agent picks up, they will be connected with one of the phone numbers that we provided in our campaign. To create a new auto dialer campaign, click the Add Campaign button at the top left. You'll be prompted to enter a name for the campaign. Select the call queue from OneCloud. You can delay the start to a later time. And here's where we add the list of phone numbers that we're going to actually call in this auto dialer campaign. Upload a CSV file containing all of your phone numbers, or you can just drop them in as text in this window here. And this operating hours here, these are the hours in which the phone numbers that you upload can receive calls. So in other words, if I put a 704 number in here, it's going to look up the time associated with that 704 area code, and only if the current time falls within these hours will that person get a call from the auto dialer. And you'll choose a day of the week in which this auto dialer campaign will run, and when you're done, just click Add Campaign.